What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 400 and 84 vintage dashing. 484 though, I'm pretty sure. It is edition, definitively I know, number 129 of Monday Night Fusion. And as always for you, we've got a stacked show. Second Fusion. Oh, guys, and now officially just 9 weeks away from Ascendant 6, the show of shows, the grandest stage of them all. We're in Ascendant season, and I'm very hype about it. But of course, we had ourselves a new, beautiful Genesis arena yesterday. On Sunday, unfortunately, had to push back Genesis stream that yesterday. Oh, we have got a dope new Fusion arena to debut here tonight. The one and only Big whipping it up for us. And starting things off with some light heavyweight division action as a light heavyweight champion. Percy Simmons teams up with Troy Myers to take on Adam Adams and Brandon Rain. What up, everybody? Soul, J-Rod, Topher, Gamer. What up, fam? Some hell. So not fully like hell, just somewhat like hell. But of course, guys, next week's Monday Night Fusion edition number 130 is set to be an absolutely stacked card. Not one, not two, but 3 championship matches coming your way. We know that tonight we find out the number 1 contender for the United States Championship, and later on the number 1 contenders for the Trios titles. But also announced by General Manager Yuri Sokolov earlier tonight, we will get a rematch from Homecoming 3 as Percy Simmons will defend his light heavyweight championship against Brandon Rain in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Remember, at a Homecoming 3, Simmons retained by a countout over Rain. Well, Brandon's going to get his opportunity once again, and this time Simmons will not have his champion's advantage. Percy Simmons, though, adopting a bold new attitude, made it very clear that what he did at Homecoming 3 was no mistake after he brutally attacked Brandon Rain last week after Rain had defeated Chris Sullivan of the BRC. Percy Simmons go on to say, people are calling me cold-blooded, but I'm gold-blooded. I've made this championship relevant again. I'm done pandering to the fans. It's all about me from here on out. Tonight, he pairs up with a man that he was actually once enemies with, former Anarchy and United States champion Troy Myers, who took a singles loss to Brandon Rain a couple of weeks ago. So I'm sure Myers would love to try to get that win back here. Yes, indeed, a Butte arena. Maybe he's being cheeky, Dash. You don't know. Our first tweet of the evening, though, guys, comes from Harvey Hastings. The world champion says, Andrew, you will always live in the shadow of your sister, and you never will amount to anything. You are not worthy. Indeed, tonight's main event, a rematch from last week's main event, where, of course, Matt Devious screwed Andrew Briggs out of a win over world champion Harvey Hastings. Tonight, Andrew Briggs has convinced Yuri Sokolov, the GM, to give him another chance inside of a steel cage, so there will be no interference. And we are just 2 weeks away, guys, from Final Stand, the last stop before Ascendant 6 for the Superstars of Fusion. And of course, Final Stand will play host to the 2nd annual Deadly Games Tournament. 8 superstars competing in a one-night tournament where every single match will have a random stipulation attached. The winner of the tournament that night will receive a shot at Harvey Hastings and his world title. All 8 superstars have been announced, and some of them are in action tonight. Co-main event going to be a doozy. I'm looking forward to it. Jacob Ziegler one-on-one with Pierre Thompson. And here comes the good guy cowboy himself, the one and only Adam Adams, using up our pyro budget as always. Adam Adams took a loss some weeks ago. His return to CMV against Percy Simmons. Tonight he works with Brandon Rain. Oh, damn. Sorry, I missed a tweet here from Bloody Justice. He said, tonight, me and my brothers, Crow and Caleb, shall show our strength. Bloody Justice and the Anarchists later on tonight take on Damien and the Kent Bros. The winners will challenge the BRC for the Trios titles next week. Of course, up next after this matchup, Triple Threat Elimination Rules. Nikola Ivanovic, Prince Brent, and Billy Shaw will compete to see who next week challenges Alistair Knox for the United States Championship. Knox in action later on tonight, non-title matchup against Rob Cross. Big opportunity for Cross, but the role that Knox has been on. Here he comes, the #1 contender for the light heavyweight championship, who had a homecoming 3, was screwed out of winning the title when Simmons used his championship advantage, winning via countout. But next week it is falls count anywhere, which means that Simmons is either going to have to pin or submit Brandon Rain in order to retain his title. I don't know that Percy Simmons is going to be able to do that. Brandon Rain been on a huge roll. The former Rising Star champion is as hot as he has ever been. It ROB. So here we go, tag team action to start off the show in the light heavyweight division. Percy Simmons, the champ, and Troy Myers taking on Adam Adams. And Brandon Rain, referee, rings the bell, and here we go. Right out of the gate, Percy Simmons starting strongly with an electric chair driver. Good Lord Almighty. You know, one of the reasons that me and Mr. Excitement, who was on commentary with me at the time during the Homecoming 3 pre-show, we thought Percy Simmons, won the way that he did is with Ascendant 6 just 9 weeks away. If you're a champion, you are guaranteed a spot on the Ascendant 6 card, and that's what every superstar, across all of CMU wants to be a part of the show of shows. What a hellish, look at that beautiful shooting star press. That is why he is the light heavyweight champion, showcasing his strength and immediately his agility. Scoop slam now, drops down behind, does double A, punch to the back of the head, Adam Adams. With a nice deep arm drag. Simmons in trouble in the corner. Adam Adams looks to follow up, but a punch to the pec. Big old super kick right on the button and immediately into a pin. Of course, guys, like I said, final stand 2 weeks away is the final stop for the Superstars of Fusion before the grandest stage of them all. But of course, our next pay-per-view is this Sunday, June the 17th. Cause and Effect 3 with an absolutely stacked card. Reese Ortiz challenging Chris Andrews in the main event for the Alpha World Championship. Wow, Adam Adams with some unique offense on display there. Very impressive by the Good Guy Cowboy. And then the last stop right before Ascendance will be Purgatory, another Genesis exclusive pay-per-view. But now a tag to Brandon Rain, who immediately goes to the top rope. I'm sure Rain is loving to get his hands on Simmons right now. Perched up high, the #1 contender waits for Percy to get up to his feet, flies through the air. Oh, code breaker! What a match this is. This is why the light heavyweight division is as lit as it has ever been, with Percy Simmons at the helm, saying he's going to bring this division back to the light, back to the forefront. But a hot tag right there after the drop to hold it. In comes Troy Myers. These two have a history. High knee. Myers follows it up, tries to anyway, but a Irish whip off the ropes on the rebound. Catches him with a tilt-the-world DDT. Dropping Myers right down on the top of his dome. Scoop slam. Myers, though, drops down behind the Painmaker. He calls himself. Super kick to the base of the skull. That was absolutely nasty. It's litty. It's litty, Gumble. The light heavyweight division is fire, as the kids would say. Now Troy Myers going to target the legs of Brandon Rain. Obviously, Myers and Brandon Rain have fought before, and Myers knows that Brandon Rain likes to finish off his opponents with that springboard forearm smash he calls raindrop. So you take out his legs, he won't be able to hit that. Takes away his biggest maneuver, forearm smash there by Myers. Now a Shiranui by the CMV veteran. Follows that up, bringing Brandon Rain up to his feet. Jumping cutter deflected though. Knife edge chop attempted. Tonight, guys, we also have the return of Matt Devious to in-ring action after costing Andrew Briggs that matchup against Harvey Hastings last week. The hero killer gonna go one-on-one with Bryce Canyon a bit later, but the GTS stumbling drunk by Troy Myers, paying homage to Jay Davis. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. You saw Adam Adams gave Rain a little bit of time by distracting referee Murphy. Luckily, Rain able to get out of it. Now dragged by arm and leg. What is Troy Myers looking for here? Tag the light heavyweight champion. Back in comes Percy Simmons now. Brings Brandon Rain up to a vertical base. Face to face they are. Simmons looking to capitalize. Jawbreaker though by Rain. Punch to the midsection. Forearm smash at a close range. Kick to the midsection though. Caught. Turned inside out. Nice arm drag. Brandon Rain immediately stirs. Tries to get to his corner for a tag. Percy Simmons standing on top of him. Punch to the midsection though. Kick to the midsection to reciprocate. Now into a front headlock. European uppercut by the way heavyweight champion. And now Percy Simmons, the franchise, with the 1 kick KO. Rain is out. 1, 2. Oh, but a kick out. Meanwhile, Troy Myers able to take out Adam Adams. Now Brandon Rain is all on his own as Simmons taunts up on the top rope. Liking the way this matchup is going so far. Wasting time, though, if you ask me. I guess Adam Adams going to join Team Simmons and Myers here. Myers got to watch out for referee Murphy's count. He's about to be disqualified. Returns to the apron. Now scoop slam. Countered, though, by Rain. Into a reverse DDT. Adam Adams got to run over back to his apron in case Brandon Rain needs to make a tag. Now brought up to a vertical base face-to-face of Brandon Rain. Looking to bring it home with a leg drop bulldog. Old school Schmitty there. Big fan of the game changer. Simmons, though, right back up to his feet. European uppercut distance created. The champion closes it. Nice combination. Big old knee up under the chin to finish it off. You see Rain immediately tries to look for a tag. He knows he's in trouble. Simmons shutting him down quite quickly. And now where's the light heavyweight champion going up to the second turnbuckle. Perfect positioning. Adam Adams going to try to help out Rain. A little bit too late, though, and an absolutely astonishing Phoenix Splash. What a famous opening matchup here on Fusion number 129, and Percy Simmons might be closing in on the victory. Irish whip into the corner. Wants to tag to Troy Myers. Maybe no. Turns Brandon Rain around. Get a good look at that ass. Brandon Rain, though, is ready for him. Elbow to the side of the head. Scoop slam champion. Reverses slapping the tit on the way down for that reverse DDT. What a way to kick off this episode of Fusion. Face first, down onto the knee. Dr. Teeth by the champion, and now Simmons wants to show us that athleticism. Standing 450 splash. Amazing. Into the pin. That might be a rope break. Nope, not quite. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Getting closer and closer, though. Rain has got to dig himself out of this ditch. Lining up the shot. Percy Simmons has eyes to finish a second time with the 1 kick KO. And the franchise looking to send a very strong message. 1, 2. Oh, but Adam Adams breaks up the pin and inadvertently knocks out referee Murphy. Now he's paying for it. Myers and Simmons double teaming him. Hammerlock DDT. There goes Adams. Next week, Brandon Rain, Percy Simmons, falls count anywhere for the light heavyweight title. But right now, Brandon Rain is not done just yet. The #1 contender, rallying the support of the CM Universe, though surely his head is hurting. No quitting Brandon Rain. Lining up his shot. Simmons and La La Land on them spaghetti legs. Look at his steal. The 1 kick KO. Insult to injury by Brandon Rain. But there is no Adam Adams to stop Troy Myers from making the save, so surely this is not the end of the matchup. No, broken up at the count of 1. Adam Adams now back up onto the apron. Brandon Rain obviously not happy about that. Mean bugging Troy Myers. Rain might want to make a tag, but no. To the apron. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The finishing touch. Brandon Rain with the raindrop to the light heavyweight champion. Hooks the leg. Will that be enough to do it? 1, 2, No! Percy Simmons digging down deep and showing some big-time resiliency to power out of that one. This is the matchup we were expecting to see at Homecoming 3, but Percy Simmons retained via countout. Hopefully this is what we're going to get next week, but right now, who is going to get the momentum heading into that championship matchup? Tag Adam Adams, and a very smart tag. Adams nice and fresh. Brandon Raymond in there a long time. Now the good boy Cowboy can look to capitalize. Simmons knocked off Adams in singles competition a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure Adams would have loved to get that win back. No, Simmons walks right into a kick to the gut. Up over the shoulders now, but Simmons wildly able to escape. Reverse DDT. The light heavyweight champion slaps the knees with a standing moonsault. Shades of Tim LaFave there with that one. And now a lion salt to follow it up. How amazing is the franchise, the gold-blooded light heavyweight champion. If you would like to join CMV Quarterly, all you got to do, my friend, is type !CMV there, !join for a link to our website. Join our website. We are on Xbox One. And then upload your call with hashtag CMV. There you go. J-Rod's helping you out. Adam Adams trying to keep himself in control, but Percy Simmons not making it easy for him. The deck just staring into the eyes, and now a Fujiwara armbar being applied by Adam Adams. Quickly escapes that. Wow. Wow. This is why I am a Percy Simmons fan, no matter his attitude. What an amazing escape there by the light heavyweight champion. Another arm drag. And the deck bringing Adams up to his feet, but Double A is waiting for him. European uppercut. Closes the distance. Reeled into a front headlock. Again into the Fujiwara armbar. Don't know why Adam Adams is so adamant about going for that submission again with this incredible escape. Head scissors just slinging Adam Adams off to the side. Drops a hold. Simmons walked right into it. And now Adams, what exactly is he going to try for here? Oh! Lion Salt! Or not a Lion Salt, Lion Tamer, I should say. Oh! And Simmons submits! Adam Adams scores the win for he and Brandon Rain. Wow! The Lion Tamer applied by Adam Adams forces Simmons to submit. Adams gets his win back from a couple weeks ago, and Brandon Rain gets the momentum heading in to that light heavyweight championship match next week. He and Simmons one-on-one. Falls count anywhere. What's up, Diamond? Just in time to see the end of this matchup. Adam Adams forcing light heavyweight champion Percy Simmons to submit. Well, I gotta say, Adam Adams, Brandon Rain working very well together here. But next week, Rain will be on his own. Falls count anywhere. Can he become the new light heavyweight champion of the franchise? Shut him down. Well, guys, up next here on the Bro for episode 129, we have got triple threat action coming your way, and it is elimination rules, as the winner of this matchup will go on next week to challenge Alistair Knox for his United States Championship. And guys, later on tonight, we will see Alistair Knox in action. Non-title matchup, he'll be against Rob Cross. But officially, Alistair Knox, got to give him a bit of congratulations, has set the record for United States champion of all time, surpassing Jackson Jordan. And if he can retain it next week Against any one of these three men here, he will set the record for most defenses, currently tied with Jackson Jordan at 3 apiece. Indeed, sexy, sexy arena. Butte. Well, Alistair Knox is one of the 8 men announced for the Deadly Games tournament to take place in 2 weeks at Final Stand, looking to move on to the World Championship, but I'm sure has no plans to let go of that United States title. Remember what Knox said, so long as he holds the championship, his message resonates. That America is a wasteland devoid of life, sucking all the ambition out of the people who come here seeking the American dream. Well, one of the 3 men in this triple threat #1 contenders matchup himself is not American either. The Serbian of Global Offensive, Nikola Ivanovic, earning his way into this matchup with that fatal 4-way victory last week on Fusion. Former 2-time light heavyweight champion Ivanovic would certainly be stiff competition for Alistair Knox. Later on tonight, the leader of Global Offensive World Champion Harvey Hastings is going to be locked inside of a steel cage as he goes one-on-one with Andrew Briggs in a non-title match, but I'm sure backstage with Maseo Yum watching closely here. Second man of this matchup, none other than one of the hottest upstarts on Fusion today, a man currently with a record of 5-0. Incredibly impressive since debuting last month. Prince Brent been pining for a championship opportunity. Well, tonight, he's going to get it. All he's got to do is be the last man standing. Don't let his flamboyant look and love of partying fool you. Prince Brent is a dangerous man, especially with that modified Rings of Saturn he has in his arsenal. As this is a triple threat, there are no disqualifications, no countouts. The only way to be eliminated is by pinfall or submission in the ring. Last man standing will go on next week to meet Alistair Knox for the United States Championship. And last but not least, we have got the Texan Dream. Billy Shaw, have not seen him in quite a few weeks, but Shaw, seemingly every time Alistair Knox is on our screen, likes to tweet out, trying to get under Knox's skin, wants a shot at the United States title. Well, now he's got it right in front of him. Any one of these 3 men will be an interesting matchup for Knox, with only one of them going to secure the opportunity. All right, Corley, now all you got to do, my friend, is upload your call with hashtag CMV. And also make sure to follow us on Twitter. Link right there for you. And our Discord here for you. So here we go, guys. Triple threat elimination matchup. Alistair Knox surely keeping an eye on this one backstage while he prepares for Rob Cross later on in the show. Prince Brent immediately goes for Nikola Ivanovic. Snap. Vertical suplex. Nikola, the only man in this matchup to have previously held CMV gold, a 2-time heavyweight champion, so he's got to be the biggest target. Prince Brent kicks to the midsection of Billy Shaw here. Now going to tie him up in a pump handle position. Driver. I've seen a lot of those lately. Nikola Ivanovic takes a moment to taunt. Prince Brent going to keep focused on Shaw here. Remember, not our only #1 contender matchup here tonight. Later on, Bloody Justice and the Anarchists will take on Damien and the Kenpros to see who will face the BRC next week. With a trio status, Billy Shaw, wrong time to taunt. Nikola Ivanovic taking out everybody. The Serbian into a head scissors, raining down some elbows to the top of Shaw's head while Prince Brent takes a moment to tell both of them to suck it. Ivanovic stays on task, though. Nice counter by Shaw with a short arm shoulder block. Then goes right after Prince Brent. Luthez Preston raining down some heavy blows. Prince Brent rolls to the outside to catch his breath. Headbutt. Look at a cave Nikola Ivanovic's skull in. Brought up to his feet. Now into a front headlock. Billy Shaw gonna size up for a nice back suplex, tossing Ivanovic into the corner. Prince Brent quickly back up to his seat, rejoins the fight, goes right for Shaw with a rake of the eyes. Remember, no disqualifications, doesn't matter if Murphy does see it. Now, oh, back suplex turned into a face buster. There goes Shaw, gonna need a moment to recuperate from that. And now Nikola Ivanovic with the beats of the Modron, caught up in the ropes as Prince Brent and Nikola with these closed fists to the chest. Billy Shaw wakes up, sees what's going on. And there goes Prince Brent down to the outside. See you, bye. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Back in the ring, Vintage Ivanovic going for the straight jacket DDT, but Shaw fights out of it with a couple of punches to the midsection. Now Shaw shoots in. Looking for an Alabama slam. Maybe no, inverted Alabama slam. Face first goes Ivanovic. Going to roll all the way across the ring. Oh, that doesn't even roll out. Meanwhile, springboard blockbuster, textbook execution there by Prince Brent. Back out to the ringside area goes Shaw. Alistair Knox has not fought on any three of these men, so it would be a new challenge for him. Already setting the record for longest reigning United States champion of all time. If he could retain next week against whoever he's against, he'll set the record for most defenses. And right now, Prince Brent looking to chop down Nikola Ivanovic to size. Big old spear out of the corner, head full of steam, chopping Ivanovic in half. Here comes Shaw back into the ring, charges Prince Brent right into an arm drag, though. What up, Vic? Welcome, my friend, you little baby boy, you sweet biscuit. And now Shaw driven to the canvas with a go-home driver, hooks the leg, only a 1 count. Remember our main event tonight, guys, Andrew Briggs and Harvey Hastings rematch from last week inside of a steel cage. Big opportunity for Briggs. I'm sure Andrew has to feel shafted not being one of the 8 men involved in the Deadly Games tournament, but I think his loss last week to Harvey Hastings is what made Yuri Sokolov not give him a spot in the tournament, and you can thank Matt Devious for that. Of course, Devious returns to action up next, going one-on-one with Bryce Kennedy. Now all three of these guys just breaking up each other's moves. You don't have to post in the waiting list section, Corley. That's kind of an artifact that I just haven't gotten around to deleting yet. All you have to do is upload your call with hashtag CMV. Irish whip now to the corner. Nikola Ivanovic closes in up to the top rope. Goes the Texan Dream. The Serbian is looking for something big here. Not going to end well. Oh, mamma mia. Last call from the Hiram District by Shaw. Prince Brent continuing to taunt in the corner. Backflips out of a pendulum backbreaker attempt. Now a stiff kick to the gut. Up into the pump handle position. Death Valley driver. Nicely done into the pin scrambles. 1, 2, and 3. Nikola Ivanovic has been eliminated, and that means that it'll be either Prince Brent or Billy Shaw heading on next week to challenge Alistair Knox for the United States title. Will Prince Brent go to 6-0, or can Shaw hand him his first defeat? Clothesline again. Ducks the clothesline, now turns around into a snap power slam. Chilling like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. The Texan Dream wasting time when he most definitely should not. Either one of these men will be a big challenge for Knox. Nikola Ivanovic just now getting back to his seat and heading to the back. Busted wide open with the Texan combination. Will that be enough? 1, 2, just a 2 count though. Prince Brent able to escape out of the head scissors, however. Nobody been able to put down Prince Brent as of yet. Stiff enziguri. Brent turns to the audience, checking his moneymaker. He's bleeding pretty badly, and that's probably going to agitate him. That's going to get under his skin. Question is, can he use that emotion to his benefit, or will it be his downfall? Luthez Press and Billy Shaw going right for that open wound, and now Shaw's lining him up. Prince Brent countering the Shaw driver. And now, Brent with the Death Valley driver out of the pump handle. 1, 2, oh, wow. Billy Shaw able to kick out there just barely. Nikolai Ivanovich, that's what took him out. Shaw survives, but Prince Ben right back on the attack, giving him no time to recuperate. Billy Shaw did his homework, knew it was coming. Powerbomb to reverse. The modified Rings of Saturn. What up, Zentrix? Blessed for the host, and now Shaw again. Going to that Texan combination. Alistair Knox awaiting the winner next week, where the United States title will be on the line. Shaw has been waiting for this. He's been wanting this. Just a 3 count away. Face buster doing work on that cut. Open up on Prince Brent's forehead. Maury just liking my screenshots right now. Oh no, Prince Brent utilizing dirty heel tactics. Referee Murphy does not see his feet on the ropes, but luckily Billy Shaw powers through. Irish whip now into the corner. Prince Brent, oh, went for a front flip lariat, but Shaw moves out of the way. And now a vertical suplex into a reverse STO. What up, Maury? What a one-on-one matchup this has turned in between these two. Nikolai Ivanovich has already been eliminated by Prince Brent. Can Brent go 6-0? Can he earn himself a U.S. title shot? Or will it be Shaw a third of the Texan combination? Prince Brent covered in blood, bleeding like a stuck pig, and it's enough! Billy Shaw hands Brent his first defeat. And now next week, we'll challenge Alistair Knox for the United States Championship. Stiff competition between these three superstars, but it is Billy Shaw who will get what he's been waiting for. Next week, Shaw, Knox for the United States title. Knox has already broken the record for longest reign of all time. If he can retain against Shaw, he'll set the record for most defenses, but after that performance by the Texan Dream, we'll just have to wait and see. In here close, but unfortunately Prince Brent goes to 5-1, tasting his first defeat there. I'm sure he'll bounce back, but it will be Billy Shaw who challenges Alistair Knox next week for the championship. But up next, guys, it is the in-ring return of the hero killer, Matt Devious, as he goes one-on-one with the Race Bryce Canyon. And it was last week that Matt Devious cost his former best friend, Andrew Briggs, a huge opportunity against world champion Harvey Hastings. And because of that, Andrew Briggs was not included as one of the 8 men in the Deadly Games tournament. And Devious is solely to blame for that fact, because Andrew Briggs was closing in on defeating Harvey Hastings after hitting his signature Shining Wizard, a short arm clothesline combo. Tonight, Andrew Briggs gets another shot. A chance to redeem himself in the main event, convincing General Manager Yuri Sokolov to give him Harvey Hastings again, and this time inside of a steel cage. So there will be no outside interference, and Devious with a very spook entrance here. Matt Devious is back. The former Money in the Bank winner and a light heavyweight champion has been out of action for some months. And it was just a month ago that he bashed a steel chair over the head of Andrew Briggs after near a year of friendship, saying that Andrew Briggs has been keeping him down, holding him back, and now Devious is exacting his revenge. Whose entrance theme in this? Must be one of the generic ones. I've never heard it before. I really like it. Matt Devious always been a dangerous competitor. When he first debuted in CMV, he went on about a, what was it, like I think 13 or 14 match winning streak. Matt Devious, in all honesty, should be a world champion today, but that heist by Jacob Ziegler and Shane Scott at the end of last season took the Money in the Bank briefcase from him after Ascendance. And of course, we know that Ziegler ended up losing the briefcase, got his comeuppance. But Matt Devious is now back and looking better than ever, if I do say so. In tremendous shape. What up, Echo? No Divine tonight, still out on injury after the attack by Global Offensive before Homecoming 3. But of course, Global Offensive got their hands dirty again. Actually, it was last week after Schmitty made his return to Fusion, knocking off Masao Yume in singles action. Schmitty was backstage resting afterwards, and Masao Yume and Nikola Ivanovic of GO would brutally attack him, seemingly the same way they did to Paul Divine. No real update on Schmitty's condition. He's not here tonight, obviously. But I don't think he suffered the same injuries that Paul Divine did, luckily. Get some updates on Schmitty soon as the race Bryce Canyon now in the ring. And Canyon, former #1 contender for the light heavyweight championship, knows that this could be a huge victory for him and continuing to rise up the rankings. But Devious is full of a whole lot of piss and vinegar. Most of which, I'd say 99% of it, directed at Andrew Briggs. But Matt Devious feels as though the world is out to get him. And what a start with that pump handle driver. That's becoming the new brain buster down onto the knee for you 2K15 veterans here. Never forget when everybody had that. Eat defeat to follow it up. Man, Devious has gotten swole. Should we check for that back knee? Because Devious is fucking big, man. He has gotten an amazing shape. And look at that. Taunting Bryce Canyon. Bryce Canyon letting it get to him. Oh, nice reverse STO, though, to fire back. And it's right here, guys. From Andrew Briggs says, let's hope Devious gets lapped by the race. So Andrew Briggs is watching, and beautiful sting right there by Canyon with a complete shot. Up to that second turnbuckle, goes for a 630 senton, but Devious moves out of the way from Brett's rope, didn't pay out for him. Lateral press now by Devious, only gets him a 1 count. Man, I just cannot get over how great Matt Devious looks. Got that kick to the side of the head, though. Now Bryce Canyon from the apron through the air, takes the risk, and it pays off for him with a perfectly executed crossbody. Goes for a headbutt to follow it up, though. Gets an elbow right to the side of the head. Up over the shoulders, and now Bryce Canyon fires off with a 1-kick KO. Shades of light heavyweight champion Percy Simmons, who of course Canyon knows very well, lost in a championship match to Simmons with that back at Emergence Over the shoulders, though. Bryce Canyon drops down behind. Reverse DDT. Canyon cannot afford this loss. Coming off a defeat last week. Nice standing moonsault. Not a shooting moonsault. I guess you call it a shooting moonsault. Why not? Bang, bang. Cheeky little jab by Matt Devious. And now looks to show. Oh, my God. Good. That was just brutal looking. Guillotining Canyon on the top rope like that. That could easily break somebody's neck. Up to the top rope now, and Devious perched high. Flies through the air with a nice bam bam salt. And then laughing at the race. Bryce Canyon, the victim of mind games here by the Hero Killer. Oh, nice pop-up. Both boots under the jaw of Canyon. And a tweet, guys, from world champion Harvey Hastings says, once the lesser Briggs is dealt with, I will address our actions for you, the fans. So Harvey Hastings saying after the main event tonight, he's got something to say to the CMV universe regarding the attacks to Paul Devon and Schmitty. Bryce Canyon, guys, now is busted open as Matt Devious takes him for a little cheeky walk. Canyon not looking to go through the park, though. Elbows to the gut, set him free. Irish whip now. Watch out, referee Murphy. Rebounds off the ropes. Bryce Canyon catches some chest bump, though. Matt Devious obviously much bigger here than Canyon. Irish whip into the corner. Canyon, though, not giving up. Might look for those super kicks of his. Devious did his homework, targeting that gash. Straight punches to the open wound. And now Devious going to go for a cradle DDT. The Hero Killer striking deep on a quest to kill all that's good in CMV, but Bryce Canyon still not done. Wrong time to taunt, however, and Devious makes him pay with a terminating knee directly to the face. Canyon in La La Land, donning that proverbial crimson mask when a knee to the midsection saves him. Trying to come back, double forearm smash. Double forearm smash again. Ducks the clothesline, roll through, kick to the side of the head. Devious in big trouble. He looks for refuge in the corner. Don't think he's going to find it there, though. Canyon closes in. Nice. Reversal out onto the apron. He goes with a punch to the side of the head. Drops him down to the outside, and Devious basking in his own glory. As now a tweet from Andrew Briggs has response saying, Hastings, once I'm done with you, you won't have a jaw left to address a goddamn thing. Andrew Briggs looking to dish out the animosity he has towards Devious on world champion Harvey Hastings tonight inside of a steel cage. Of course, steel cage can win by pinfall submission or escaping, going up and over with both feet touching the outside. It is a non-title matchup, but a big opportunity for Briggs indeed, as here comes Bryce Canyon. Guys tried this earlier, and Devious countered it. Not this time, though. Super kick, and again. Now a third time, and I think the jaw of Matt Devious about to be hanging on by a thread. And Bryce Canyon looking to finish things off as he lines up the shot here on Devious. Kick to the gut, though, caught by the Hero Killer and up into a brutal powerbomb reversal. Matt Devious slowly, cockily bringing Bryce Canyon up to a seated position as the former Money in the Bank holder and light heavyweight champion just kicks him right upside the head. And Devious in the corner. Are we going to get vintage Devious? No, what is he doing here? Knees trembling. Devious right down the line with a knee to the side of the head. The crack off the temple. Cringe-inducing. And that'll do it. 1, 2. Wow, okay. Bryce Canyon digging way down deep to stay in this matchup. Maybe it's because Devious wasted too much time. Oh, no. Devious right back to the corner, though. Saying one didn't do it, well, you can have another, boy. The Hero Killer striking again. And Canyon... No, oh, but that's gonna be a rope break, though. Rip Devious. Is he gonna do it a third time? Nope, somehow Canyon still alive. I don't know how, after 2 knees to the side of the head, turns to the CM Universe, pandering to the crowd in attendance, letting them know he's okay, but I don't think he is. On the apron, looks to take a big risk. Matt Devious kick to the midsection. Now up on the shoulders. What a great matchup this has turned into. But oh my God, Devious. No power slam. Into the security wall. Mamma mia. And then laughing again. Admonishing his handiwork. Devious. Just dissecting Bryce Canyon. And now a headbutt after headbutt. Canyon, guys, I don't know that he's going to be with it after this matchup. Surely he's verging on an injury, but still does not quit. And at a count of 6, we are getting into dangerous territory. Irish whip into the ring. And now Bryce Canyon looks to beat the count, and he does. With the upper hand currently, can he capitalize? Ooh, Devious seems to have hurt his knee there. That's not good. Jumping cutter attempted, but the hero killer deflects it, and a beautiful neck breaker. 1, 2. Only a 2 count still, man. What's it going to take to keep down Bryce Canyon? Rebounds off the ropes, man. Devious getting a head of full steam headbutt. Right to the base of Bryce Canyon's skull. Again, laughing. This ain't no comedy show. Kaiva's not around here, Matt Devious. What are you doing? That's what you get. Bryce Canyon firing back. The race with blood covering his face, man. There's no quit in this kid. That Tommy wasted, though. Devious looks to use against him. Caught up in his own momentum. Stiff kick to the chest. Canyon now unloading. Knee to the side of the head with excellent precision. This would be so embarrassing for Matt Devious to return and take a loss here at the hands of Canyon. Just might, nope. Close call, but not enough. And once again, Bryce Canyon on the hunt. Devious countered it earlier, but not this time. And I'm sure Andrew Briggs is in the back smiling bright. Oh, right into the canvas, the vertebraker. Now into the pin in the middle of the ring. No hope for a rope break. 1, 2, 3, and Bryce Canyon knocks off Devious. What a win for the race. Bloodied, bruised and all. And Briggs had to have loved seeing that. Devious wasted so much time taunting, mocking, playing mind games, laughing, and Canyon came back with a vicious-looking vertebraker. Well, Matt Devious is one of those 8 men confirmed for the Deadly Games tournament in 2 weeks at Final Stand. Got in the tournament over Andrew Briggs. But here tonight, his own ego got in the way. And Bryce Canyon capitalizes for a great win. And a tweet here, guys, from Andrew Briggs simply saying, ouch. That's probably what Briggs is going to be saying later on tonight in our main event when he's Hastings. But up next, guys, we know that next week, Brandon Rain will challenge Percy Simmons for the light heavyweight title in a Falls Count Anywhere match. That Billy Shaw will challenge Alistair Knox for the United States Championship. But now it's time to find out who will be challenging the BRC for the CMV Trios Championship, as we have got Bloody Justice and the Anarchists taking on the currently unbeaten trio of Damien and the Kent brothers. Of course, had shots at the BRC. At Emergence, they challenged the Trios champions for the titles in that unforgettable 2 out of 3 falls match. Of course, they fell short there. Hoping to get another opportunity tonight, though. If they want to, they're going to have to take down the newcomer of the year, the Gargoyle of Destruction, Sean Kent, and of course, the legendary, most decorated superstar in CMV history, Ryan Kent. Well, still to come tonight, we have Rob Cross going one-on-one with the United States non-title matchup with a big opportunity for Cross, the Global Phenom. And then in our coming event, going to be an amazing match I'm super looking forward to. Jacob Ziegler and Pierre Thompson, the Games Tournament, looking for momentum as they go one-on-one. And of course, in our main event, that steel cage non-title bout as Andrew Briggs faces off against Harvey Hastings. But here we go. Can Bloody Justice and the Anarchists get themselves one more crack at the BRC? Or will Damien and the Kent Bros go 4-0 and take one step closer to becoming the new Trios champions? And there he comes straight from the Bloody Forest. Bloody Justice enters the new Fusion Arena here in edition number 120. And on these last couple of weeks, Bloody Justice kind of moving away from the Anarchists a bit. He was challenging Alistair Knox unsuccessfully for the United States title. But of course, it was on the Homecoming 3 pre-show that Bloody Justice, the Anarchists, and Rob Cross actually got an 8-man tag team victory. So they're coming into this one with a bit of momentum. Can they utilize it? Bloody Justice, a former Fusion Tag Team Champion in his own right, as are these two men, the Anarchists, Crow and Caleb Reed. They have been on the hunt for those trios titles since their inception. They've beaten the BRC before. If they can win here tonight, one last opportunity to get the job done. But I do have a little bit of an announcement, guys, regarding the Trios titles. This past week, General Manager of Fusion, Yuri Sokolov, sat down with General Manager of NGW, Ken Donahue, and GM of Genesis, Castle Fave, and a huge agreement they came to, guys. After Ascendant 6, the Trios titles will become multi-branded belts, meaning they can be defended on Fusion, NGW, or Genesis, and Fusion and Genesis pay-per-views. That is after Ascendance. It will go into effect. The Trios titles become cross-branded belts. That'll up the competition tenfold across the 3 brands. And that is huge news, of course, for the title holders. Currently the inaugural champs, the BRC, waiting to see who will challenge them next week. As now here comes the 7-foot-tall Gargoyle of Destruction, the newcomer of the year, Damien. Along with the Kent brothers, and Trios matches have been unbeaten, and well, it's pretty easy to see why. A very interesting alliance between Damien and the Kent brothers, to say the least, but it's worked out. Now time for Dynamic's favorite entrance. The Kent brothers. Decorated superstars. And their careers. Sean Kent, a former Fusion Tag Team Champion. And, of course, Ryan Kent, the most decorated superstar in CMV history. He has only not held 2 titles. One being the Trios titles. The other being the United States Championship. Both are here on Fusion. And I'm sure eventually he's going to look to get a shot at that U.S. title. But for now, alongside his brother and Damien, one step closer to a Trios Championship opportunity. Yeah, Kent's going to have to go under a new name. Rise through NGW, win those titles too. So here we go, number 1 contenders match for the Trios titles. The winners of this matchup will challenge the BRC next week on Fusion number 130. Bloody Justice starting things off against Damien. These two men know each other. They fought one-on-one before, with Damien being victorious. I think that was actually Damien's only like 3rd or 4th matchup in his CMV career. He fought BJ. Nice snapmare there. Starting things off with a collar and elbow. Now a reverse chin lock being applied by BJ. Single knee dug into the spine. And then a pendulum backbreaker. Well, a nice start here for Bloody Justice, and now he picks Damien up into a seated position. Of course, Damien coming off the win over Gary Suckanov in the Monster versus Monster match, and Homecoming 3, and net trank being applied right now by Justice. Bloody Forrest. Get taken down right there with a hip toss. The Gargoyle of Destruction. Voted Newcomer of the Year for a reason, with a record, I don't even know what it is at this point, but only 5 losses to his name and 1 draw. I think he's close to 30 wins now. He's got to be like 28 or 29. Vertical position. You know, the 30 wins is something that some superstars don't even achieve over, you know, years in CMV. Damien to collect that many wins in a short amount of time. He's been around just over 6 months. What a big boot right there, though. And a hot tag now to Sean of the Kent brothers. Charging Bloody Justice, gets caught up though with an Irish whip, as Ryan Kent's going to check there on Damien on the outside. Big time into the turnbuckles right there. That sounded like it hurt. And now BJ wants a tag. No, changing his mind again. And here comes Crow. Crow now attempts a grapple. Big boot though. Deflected. Trip up. Nicely done. Kick to the chest brings him down. Oh, well, Diamond, you would have missed the announcement made during the entrances. After Ascendance, the general managers, Yuri Sokolov, Ken Donahue of NGW, and Castlefave of Genesis agreed. And following Ascendance 6, the Trios titles will become multi-branded, meaning they can be competed for on Fusion, NGW, Genesis, and their pay-per-views. So that's going to add a whole lot more competition to the division. But for now, the BRC await to see who will challenge them next week for the titles. And a nice teardrop suplex right there by Crow. Stomp down onto the chest to follow through, and a bullplex immediately after. The Anarchists held the Fusion Tag Team titles just earlier this season. They defeated Dance Party to win them, but quickly lost them thereafter to the team of Jacob Ziegler and Hayden. Oh, nice vertical suplex. The Fusion titles definitely bounced around quite a lot this season before finding their last home with Rob Cross and Chris Diamond. Now the Trios titles are here, and the BRC, the inaugural champs, have kept tight grip on them. Nice teamwork as Kent helps out his brother, but Crow makes a hot tag to Bloody Justice in the meantime, and Sean Kent is still down. Caleb checking on Crow ringside. Sean Kent playing possum though, perhaps, as he reels BJN now down on one knee, but a punch to the gut fires back. does Bloody Justice. Charging, nice STO takedown. Sean Kent wants that hot tag too. Not gonna be able to find it though, not just yet at least. Seated position, Bloody Justice grabs him by the sides of the head. Up onto one knee and a punch to the top of the noggin. Justice currently in firm control. The MVP of this matchup so far. Can he get him, the Anarchist, one more shot at the BRC and the Trios titles? We're about to get vintage Bloody Justice. Gotta get Ryan Kent in there, man. Look at that power. Deadlift from the apron. Sit out Falcon Arrow. Absolutely incredible by Bloody Justice. Goes for the pin. Will that be enough? 1, 2. Just a 2 count though. What up, GOAT? And look at that shoulder club, dude. Being applied by BJ, squeezing down. Sean Kent desperately wants that hot tag, but it is nowhere to be found. BJ stops him dead in his tracks. And now Justice with the spider bomb. Can he bring it home? Can he do it? I got you. I'll respond later tonight. 1, 2, just before the count of 2, Ryan Kent makes the save, and now Bloody Justice is going to make him pay for it. Kent, though, fighting out of the grasp of Bloody Justice with a couple of elbows, giving his brother some time to recuperate. Meanwhile, a tag to Caleb Reed. Actually, Billy Shaw won that triple threat. Prince Brent eliminated Nicholas Hemmerling, and then Nicholas Hemmerling, Nikola Ivanovic, and then Billy Shaw handed Prince Brent his first loss. So next week it'll be Billy Shaw versus Alistair Knox for the United States Championship. But right now, we are finding out who will challenge for the Trios titles next week. As Sean Kent, Irish whip into the corner, kick to the midsection. What is Kent looking for here? Nice sit-out alley-oop bomb. If I were Sean, I'd be wanting to make a tag right now. And I think that's what he's going to do. Here comes the fire starter, baby. Ryan motherfucking Kent. Gonna try to bring it home. Look at that. Go home driver. Oh, no. Rather a swing outside slam. Bringing Caleb out to his feet. Jawbreaker, though, staggers him. Ooh, nice kick to the midsection. Caleb, Irish whip into his corner. Wants to make a tag. Can he find it? Yes, here comes Bloody Justice, the legal man once again. I gotta say, great teamwork between Bloody Justice and the Anarchist. Look at that. Like a battering ram. Justice thrown out the top rope. The assistance of Caleb. Yeah, both these men were involved in a fatal four-way matchup last week, which was won by Nikola Ivanovic in the end. Ryan Kent, though, apparently I think he's going to try to make a tag out. Yeah, brings Sean Kent right back in, so maybe he's still recuperating from the effects of that fatal four-way last week. Ryan Kent wanted to take it easy tonight. Sean Kent wrapping up Bloody Justice for a ripcord knee right up under the chin. Justice is stunned, eyes glazed over, and Sean looks to capitalize. Knee up under the chin. Now Sean follows up by targeting the leg of Bloody Justice. The momentum in this matchup has quickly swung in the favor of Davian and the Kent Bros. Jawbreaker, and down goes Bloody Justice like a sack of stones. Sean Kent now gonna talk that trash to him as he's looking up at the lights, and Sean with eyes to finish. Up over the shoulders and looking to send Bloody Justice to sleep with the GTS. 1, 2, oh, but just before the count of 2, Crow saving his partner. Now ducked to the outside by Ryan Kent. Sean a bit distracted, tries to maintain the driver's seat from behind on BJ. Swinging him out the torch rack into a power bomb. Sean wants a tag. Who's he going to bring in? The Gargoyle of Destruction, baby, coming to pick the bones clean. Bloody Justice already hurting. Just a straight stomp directly down onto the face. And here's Damien having a little bit of fun. This is Damien's idea of fun, busting Bloody Justice wide open. Oh God, BJ is bleeding horribly right away, gushing blood. Big boots attempted by both men. Justice catches the big man with a Russian leg sweep, but Justice wisely looking to tag out as he is bleeding like a stuck pig. In comes Caleb, bringing the fight right to the Gargoyle. Teardrop suplex. Up to that second turnbuckle, Caleb Finch takes a risks. From Brett's rope. Reed flying through the air just before Sean Kent can stop him. Damien looks for a hot tag to Ryan Kent, not going to find it though. Caleb brings him back up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner, perhaps looking for his tornado snap suplex. And that's exactly what he is setting up for. Caleb Reed taking the big man for a ride. And now a tweet, guys, from Billy Shaw. Says, I promised my home state of Texas that I would beat Knox in that United States Championship and bring back the red, white, and blue. Well, next week he has his chance. Tag to Crow. Here come the Anarchists with that brutal knee strike super kick combination. Kent can't even look. As Crow now to the pin. Ryan right there to stop it though, not even a 1 count. Bloody Justice just running around having no idea where he is. Oh, that kick to the back just pissed Damien off. Swinging around, single knee gut buster. Sucking the air right up out of Crow. Damien to the corner. Mustering what offense he has left. Channeling the dark forces. Horrendous looking Uranagi side slam. Shaking the entire ring, and Damien, I think, has had just about enough playing with his food. As Crow goes all the way up and back down again with a choke slam from hell. No flies on Damien. Immediately follows it up, wrapping that big meaty claw around the base of Crow's skull for the virus slam. Crow is out of it. To the pin, can Damien seal the deal? 1, 2, 3, yes he can. Damien and the Kent brothers become #1 contenders next week. Will challenge the BRC for the trios titles. That's 4-0 now for Damien and the Kent bros. Can the BRC stop them? Or are we just 1 week away from crowning new trios champions? So here we go. The 3 title matches now set for next week. Billy Shaw will challenge Allison Ox for the United States title. The Kent Bros and Damien will challenge the BRC for the trios titles. And Brandon Ray will challenge Percy Simmons Falls Count Anywhere for the light heavyweight title. Man, I don't think the BRC are ready for this team. All right, guys, time for our tertiary main event. Chance for the global phenom Rob Cross. This will be going one-on-one with the United States champion Alistair Knox. It was a couple of weeks ago, Rob Cross declared his intentions to go for the light heavyweight title, but I'm sure the United States Championship isn't something he's just going to turn his head away from. You know, an opportunity to beat the champion or perhaps get an opportunity at the belt later on down the line. Nothing to scoff at. Know that Rob Cross's tag team partner, best friend Chris Diamond, will be a part of the Deadly Games tournament in 2 weeks at Final Stand. His first round matchup, he'll be going one-on-one with PJ Moon. And actually, guys, I just received word from general manager Yuri Sokolov that next week's main event going to be an 8-man tag team matchup featuring the participants of the Deadly Games tournament. That means that PJ Moon will be here on Fusion, making his debut on this side of CMV. Very excited about that. Winner of the 3rd annual Tag Team Cup and the one half of the last ever Fusion Tag Team Champions, Rob Cross, is a hell of a competitor. Alistair Knox will be wise not to take him lightly, but we know that Knox has officially set the record for longest reigning United States champion of all time. Next week, if he can retain against Billy Shaw, will set the record for most defenses of all time as well. Successful defenses. Rob Cross going to try to become the 3rd man ever to defeat Alistair Knox one-on-one here tonight. Already said that, Batman. Went over it earlier in the show. But I'll reiterate here. Earlier tonight we talked about how Schmitty last week was found beaten down backstage following his matchup with Maseo Yume of Global Offensive. We don't know who... We don't know, the exact state of Schmitty currently. He's obviously not here tonight. But Global Offensive may have just claimed another victim alongside Paul Devine. I don't think Schmitty's injuries are as bad as Devine's were, but hopefully we do receive word on exactly how he is soon. There he is, the ominous Alistair Knox, one of the most dominant superstars in CMV's entire history. A former Rising Star champion, Anarchy champion, and now United States champion. Alistair Knox will be one of those competitors of 8 in the Deadly Games tournament, looking to perhaps put his hands on the World Championship. And can you imagine, as United States champion, he's turned the title into a bleak, what he calls representation of the USA, a place that sucks the color out of its inhabitants, destroys their dreams. Well, we just saw that tweet from Billy Shaw a few moments ago saying he's going to put the red, white, and blue back in that championship. Oh, and a tweet here, guys, from Schmitty says, "I'm fine." So apparently he's okay. I wish we'd get a little bit more than that, but it's good enough. So it seems like Yume and Ivanovic did not beat him as badly as they did Paul Devine. Oh, here's a follow-up tweet. Schmitty says, "I'm here to build a legacy and provide for my son. Last week, Global Offensive tried to prevent that and put me out. So next week, I'm coming for the both of them. Book it." So Schmitty apparently calling for a handicap match against Maseo Yume and Nikola Ivanovic. That's some big balls there on Schmitty. I'll give him credit. So Schmitty coming back next week and wants Yume and Ivanovic 2v1. Well, Rob Cross starts off strong against Alistair Knox. That does not last long, though. The United States champion looks to fire back, taking overhead with the fireman's carry, however. Fireman's carry overhead now. Knox shows him how it's done. United States champion brings him up to a vertical base, and Irish whip off the ropes goes the global phenom. Ducks under the clothesline. Nicely done there by Cross. Up next, guys, in our current event, Jacob Ziegler will go one-on-one with Pierre Thompson. Two men who have known each other for many years. I believe fighting for the first time ever here in CMV and in a fusion ring, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Both men looking for momentum ahead of their Deadly Games tournament. Not to mention that main event we still have to go. Andrew Briggs and Harvey Hastings in a steel cage match, non-title, as Briggs looks for payback following what happened last week. Devious costing him the match against Hastings. Yeah, brand new fusion arena here by Topher. Beautiful indeed. As was the Genesis one. Both looking sexy. Rob Cross brought up to a seated position. Fires off with a punch to the gut. Now a Hurricane Rana. Wow. Great athleticism, kick to the chest to follow through. Rob Cross really is just so vicious in his in-ring aptitude. Hard hits, stiff kicks. Alistair Knox, of course, going to want to watch out for that sunset flip powerbomb of his. Every time he's won a match, it's been off of that maneuver. It seems like we have a bit of animosity building between Bloody Justice and Crow, guys, as BJ lets out a tweet here saying, Crow, I don't even know what to say except we will have to talk tonight. And Caleb, the time has come for you to either choose me or Crow, your choice. So Bloody Justice apparently planting a fork in the road there. I guess we've reached the end of the alliance between Bloody Justice and the Anarchists. Be interesting to see how that follows up as Rob Cross maintains control here over Knox with a butterfly suplex. Misses the drop kick though. United States champion on the attack. Closes in, scoop slam, drops down behind. Does Cross reverse DDT. Slapping the tit on the way down now. Brought up to a vertical base. Cross is waiting for him. Kick to the gut. Vintage Cross right here. Gonna go for that sit out last ride powerbomb of his. The entire ring shaking the impact. Rob Cross goes to the pin now to become only the third man ever to defeat Alistair Knox one-on-one and pin him. Only a one count though. Rob Cross can't believe it. Right back into the driver's seat. Looks for the ripcord knee strike of his. Alistair Knox did his homework, saw it coming, and now Knox, just like that, locks in censorship to claim yet another victim. Rob Cross is caught, nowhere to go, but Cross escapes. One of a very short list to be able to do so. Now Cross looks to try to make his way back into this match. Hook and ladder dropped into nice snake eyes. Using the ropes to help him out with that drop kick, guys. In a tweet here from Harvey Hastings says, at Schmitty, I got 2 kids, so I feel for your situation, Mr. Schmidt. The issue is, I don't care for you. Neither does you or Nicola. Kids don't matter in CMV. Stop using your kid as an excuse for people to like you. Some strong, stinging words there by Hastings. Reverse DDT by Rob Cross. Now Cross goes to the top rope. High rank district. This is a big risk being taken by the global phenom. Will it pay off? Or will it be his downfall? Cross waits for Knox to get up to his feet. Nice savant kick. I don't think Cross is going to survive another censorship. He knows he has got to put down Knox for the next couple of minutes. Jumping cutter deflected though by the United States champion. Wrong time to taunt. Now going to pay for it. Diving Meteora. What's up, Albius? Just in time. Up next, of course, Jacob Ziegler and Pierre Thompson go one-on-one for fusion number 129 in our new arena. Dropkick attempted by Rob Cross. Non-title matchup. We know that Alistair Knox next week defends his title against Billy Shaw, who won that triple threat earlier tonight. Knox has already set the record for longest reigning champion of all time. If he can retain against Shaw, he will set the record for most defenses, but right now he has his hands full with Cross. What a discus forearm smash! Mamma mia, just collapsed like a wet spaghetti noodle. Rob Cross, though, snaps back to reality, shakes the cobwebs, tries to get back the driver's seat. All I can say is next week is going to be a hell of a show. Billy Shaw challenges Knox to the United States title. The Kent brothers and Damian challenge the BRC for the trios titles. Brandon Rain and Percy Simmons falls count anywhere for the light heavyweight title. And that huge 8-man tag team main event featuring the participants of the Deadly Games tournament at Final Stand. Alistair Knox breaks free of that reverse chin lock. Irish whip into the corner. Knox has only been beaten twice one-on-one in his near-year career here in CMV, and both of them occurred earlier this season when he was a part of the Genesis roster. He was defeated by No Fun Martini and Chris Andrews. Jumping cutter out of nowhere by Cross, and that is why I am a Cross fan. Now he's just losing it. Hyped up, taking his eye out the ball though, and Knox now beginning to stir. Rob Cross feeling so good about himself right now. Caught up in his own ego. Knox used that time wisely, throws Rob Cross overhead. And there it is, just like that, latching back on. Censorship in deep. And Cross unable to escape again. Alistair Knox claims another soul. I gotta say, what a fantastic matchup and what a showing for Rob Cross, but Knox is on a whole nother level, baby. Oh, wait a minute here. Rob Cross showing some sportsmanship, offers a handshake, and Alistair Knox accepts. It was a great matchup. Rob Cross now gives him the ring. Doesn't want to be locked in censorship again. Knox next week looks to make history yet again when he defends his title against Billy Shaw. All right, here we go, my fine feathered friends. It is co-main event time for Fusion number 129. Still to come on our main event, of course, Eggs battles Harvey Hastings in a non-title matchup inside of a steel cage. But first up, we have got two men, 2 of the 8, who will participate in 2 weeks at Final Stand in the second annual Deadly Games tournament. Looking for momentum, Jacob Ziegler and Pierre Thompson. Both these men will be partners next week, just as they were at Homecoming 3. I can announce the teams for you right now, actually. Next week's main event, we'll see all 8 men from the Deadly Games tournament in action, as it'll be Chris Diamond, Azriel, Perry Heaton, and Matt Devious versus Alistair Knox, Pierre Thompson, Jacob Ziegler, and PJ Moon. You heard that right. PJ Moon will be here on Fusion, making his debut on this side of CMV. Very, very excited about that. And here he comes, the pride of Scotland, fresh off of his clinic last week against Chris Diamond, where he did take the loss in the end. So you know the pride of Scotland is hoping to bounce back here. Pierre Thompson also didn't lose last week, ended up going to a draw his matchup with Perry Heaton via a double countout. Jacob Ziegler got to be the fan favorite to win the Deadly Games tournament. A former two-time Anarchy champion, Money in the Bank winner, and Fusion Tag Team champion. Talked about it last week, how he's probably, him and John Reed, in my opinion, two of the best to never win a world title. Well, in 2 weeks, Jacob Ziegler has the opportunity to finally get a world championship match. He's never even been in a world title match as Jacob Ziegler. He's been in number one contenders matches, never a one-on-one world title opportunity. He'll have to make it through 3 other men in stipulation-based matches and then face a fresh Harvey Hastings, but still. And here he comes, the big dog, a former international and United States champion. I'd probably put him in that list as well of some of the best to never hold a world title. These two right here, not a shadow of a doubt, the two favorites for the Deadly Games tournament. Pierre Thompson been garnering some beef with Perry Heaton though last week, as I touched on, their matchup ending via a double countout. A tweet here, guys, from Chris Diamond says, PJ Moon can thank me for even getting a chance in this tournament, but at the end of the day, the baller always wins. And in a way, he's right, because it was Chris Diamond and PJ Moon's Twitter beef that got PJ Moon to sign a deal with CMV and compete in the Deadly Games tournament, because he wanted to get his hands on Diamond. Andrew Briggs indeed has, he's also another one. That's like the Mount Rushmore of superstars who never held the world title. Jacob Ziegler, John Reed, Pierre Thompson, and Andrew Briggs. Andrew Briggs, though, has had opportunities. Earlier this season, of course, in winning King of the Ring, he had 2 singles matches with Hayden and couldn't get the job done on either occasion. Whereas Jacob Ziegler and Pierre Thompson had never even had a world title match. So here we go, co-main event, and it is a first-time matchup here on Monday Night Fusion. These two men, of course, go way back, competing on the indies with each other in various different companies around the world, but the referee rings the bell, and Jacob Ziegler goes right for Thompson, gets caught up, and then slingshotted off the ropes back into the center of the ring. Excuse me. European uppercut there by the Pride of Scotland, then goes for a spine buster, but dropped down over a DDT and a short arm shoulder block. Right back up to his seat. Ziegler continues the attack, looks to anyway. Primetime throws him right overhead though, with ease. Obviously has the size and strength advantage over Ziegler, but I'd give Ziegler the speed and the agility. So Thompson really is the total package, man. The strength, the ferocity. Look at Ziegler, though. Stalling suplex lets the blood rush to the head of Pierre Thompson there. Wait a minute. That's Perry Heaton's music. What the hell? Perry Heaton coming out onto the stage. The pretty boy Pitbull. What the hell is he doing out here? Distracting both Ziegler and Pierre. What in the hell? I'm aware you guys couldn't hear his music. But the pretty boy Pitbull, Perry Heaton, coming down ringside for this matchup, distracted Ziegler, but luckily Pierre Thompson's attack from behind. Oh, nice chop block there up here. So now I guess Perry Heaton just going to linger ringside, wanting to get into the heads of his opponents, not only next week, but of course in the Deadly Games tournament. Oh, kicking out the shin. Jacob Ziegler. It's just rude, honestly. That's what I describe his in-ring style as. Rude. What the fuck? Well, that was botched, but at least they got someone. The job went a little bit. Now a hook of the leg. Only a 2 count, though, for Ziegler. I don't know that Perry Heenan is out here supporting anybody, just scouting out his potential foes. Next week in the Deadly Games tournament, Ziggler just got distracted by the theme music playing. Oh, nice arm wrench there by Pierre. Hook of the leg now by Thompson, just a 1 count. And a tweet here, guys, from Schmitty replying to Harvey Hastings' tweet earlier. Schmitty says, "My son being born saved me. I'm not using him. I'm proud of him. Don't mistake a father's love for a cry of attention and affection from the fans." And here comes Pierre Thompson's show of unmatched power. Trio of deadlift, gut wrench slams. I don't even know Perry Heenan's still ringside. I think he might have left. Mind games pulled off, taking his leave as Jacob Ziggler and Pierre Thompson continue to go back and forth, vying for control. Thompson able to break out of that grasp. The pride of Scotland staggers. Yeah, Perry Heenan has now left, retreated to the locker rooms after getting his screen time. Just letting both Jacob Ziggler and Pierre Thompson know that he's watching them, that he's got his eyes on them. Now look at Ziggler now, this newfound rugged edge of the Scot. Those are just 2 clean elbows straight across the face of Pierre Thompson. This ain't MMA, Ziggler. You don't gotta be so ruthless. Ruthless aggression. Ooh, now a big Adam Valentine fan with some hush money. Swinging neckbreaker, Ziggler perhaps with eyes to finish, but Pierre Thompson gets back up to his feet just in time. European uppercut, Ziggler caught up in the play of the day. Prime time wastes no time. The big dog looking to reel in the victory, but a nice clap at the temple. Ziggler knows Thompson too well. Knee to the back of the head, and Pierre Thompson trapped as Ziggler gloats. Up to a vertical base, Jacob Ziggler. Ooh, nice alley-oop bomb, and Pierre Thompson. Oh, that was just nasty looking. And Ziggler follows through on it with the Claymore. The beginning of the end for the big dog in this matchup. Ziggler then back to the stalling vertical suplex. Thompson kicking his legs. Just bam, 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 bam. Big move after big move from Ziggler. And now the pride of Scotland has the big dog exactly where he wants him. Kick to the midsection though, caught by Thompson. Wow, what a reversal! That is why Jacob Ziggler is one of the best in CMV today. And there's the finishing touch. The heel of his boot to the temple of Thompson. And it's not enough to get the job done. But Ziggler says, no mind. I've got another waiting for you. Bam! And straight to the pin again. 1, 2. Are you kidding? Thompson kicking out of 2 back-to-back heel hooks. Wow. Ziggler is livid, and with good reason. What resilience he showed by the big dog now, who's looking at hashtag make it a win. Big clothesline, ducks a clothesline from Ziggler, now leaping clothesline. Ooh, ah. There's the Superman punch. Ziggler's eyes glazed over, looking like he's in La La Land. 1, 2, just a 2 count, though I knew this matchup would be litty. What an encounter. The question is, who's going to come out with the win? Pierre surviving 2 back-to-back heel hooks from Ziggler. Now Thompson gets caught up in a figure 4 head scissors by Ziggler. Look at that. Flipping Pierre overhead. Bullying him almost. And a tweet, guys, from world champion Harvey Hastings as Vintage 2K. Randomly pausing the game. Love it. But Harvey Hastings, guys, says, funny how you suddenly changed your attitude when you made the mistake of knocking up Laura. You tried to fire me last season, Schmitty, when you had control of Fusion. You think I would let that slide? And Schmitty quickly responds saying, get in line, buddy. I'll get to you as Ziggler tunes up the band again. Claymore, Pierre dodges it though. One time's enough for the big dog. Forearm smash, rocks Ziggler. Pendulum backbreaker, the crunch of the spine. I can hear it from over here. Now dragging Ziggler, who seems to be completely unconscious. Totally limp, leg drop, elbow drop, and a forearm smash across the face. Still to come, guys. Up next in our main event, Andrew Briggs and Harvey Hastings in a steel cage match, a rematch from last week. Certainly going to be a hell of a bout as Thompson, hands on his hips, wondering at this point exactly what he has to do to emerge victorious and pick up that momentum. Another Superman punch directly on the button. Ziggler right back to his feet, no selling like a champ, but then gets caught in the highlight. 1, 2, 3, and Pierre Thompson is victorious. Ziggler takes a second consecutive loss, but another amazing bout. It is Thompson, however, who gets that bit of momentum heading into the deadly games. Man, if those two back-to-back heel hooks weren't putting down Thompson, nothing was going to. Good Lord. Well, the appearance of Perry Heaton, I think, definitely threw Ziggler and Pierre Thompson, both men, off their game a bit. But didn't deter them from having an amazing matchup tonight. Ziggler just could not find a way to put down the big dog. Next, we take hope on the same page. And a response, guys, from world champion Harvey Hastings. I'm going to assume his last tweet as his matchup is now up main event time. He says, your son will be in line for your funeral. I've killed many fathers when I was a soldier. You will be nothing but a number, just like them. So here we go, a rematch from last week's main event in which Andrew Briggs, guys, was closing in on defeating Harvey Hastings. But thanks to interference ringside by Matt Devious, Hastings was able to get the upper hand and walk away victorious. Andrew Briggs pined for a rematch, went to general manager Yuri Sokolov and demanded it, Sokolov giving him the matchup, making a steel cage so that there can be no outside interference. This is a non-title matchup, but certainly a huge opportunity for Briggs, who was shafted from the Deadly Games tournament in favor of Matt Devious. So now Briggs has a chance to prove himself the three-time record-setting light heavyweight champion and king of the ring. Harvey once again headline 2 cruiserweights showing they could be at the head of the company. But it is Harvey Hastings who will defend his title in 2 weeks at Final Stand, the last stop for the Fusion Superstars before Ascendant 6. And he has a huge advantage, of course. He'll be completely fresh, whereas the winner of the Deadly Games tournament obviously will have gone through 3 brutal matches. Harvey Hastings has a very good chance of walking into Ascendant 6 and headlining the show of shows. Oh, Matt Devious lost earlier tonight, and Andrew Briggs is very happy about that, so I'm sure that's boosting his spirits some as he makes his way out here. The start of this season was all about Andrew Briggs winning the light heavyweight title, making history as the only ever 3-time light heavyweight champion, and shattering the glass ceiling by winning King of the Ring. Unfortunately, unsuccessful in challenging Hayden, who was the champion at the time. Now Briggs looks to show he has what it takes. And this matchup is all about pride for Andrew Briggs. No global. The only way to win a steel cage match is by pinfall submission or climbing up and over the cage with both feet landing on the outside. Brutal steel cage matches in the history of CMV. One that comes to mind, Paul Anderson and Dave Turner. The night after Elimination Chamber, they went at it for 45 minutes inside of a steel cage. Andrew Briggs is on the banner. Diamond isn't, but Briggs is. And speaking of Diamond, the baller lets out a tweet here saying, "Looks better around my waist." Getting his shots in. Diamond not here tonight, but he will be a part of that 8-man tag team matchup in next week's main event, of course. Yeah, one does have to admit that World Championship looks good around the waist of Harvey Hastings, the king of the cruiserweights. Well, this is a first-time matchup for both of these superstars. They have never competed inside of a steel cage, so it'll be foreign territory for the two of them. Only one man can walk out with the victory and the bragging rights. And a final tweet here from Schmitty Guy says, "Just remember who was dominating this show when you were still wrestling in your pink panties, Harvey." Ooh. Shots fired. Now, Harvey Hastings been in CMV just about exactly 1 year, but Andrew Briggs a veteran. It's honestly interesting to think that he's never been in a steel cage match, but he has been in many other matches. Andrew Briggs has been through the ringer in his years here in CMV. But here we go. The cage has lowered and the bell has rung. Obviously, no countouts. You can't even leave the ring. And no disqualifications, not that it matters because they can't go get a weapon or anything, but low blows and that completely illegal. The only way to win by pinfall submission in the ring or by climbing up and over the cage with both feet touching the outside. Andrew Briggs, short arm shoulder block, chops down Hastings swiftly. And Briggs bringing Harvey right back up to his feet. Nice sit out face buster. And Andrew Briggs goes right up to the top rope where he feels comfortable. Perched high and beckoning for Harvey to get to his feet. Caution to the wind early on. And that might be the best blockbuster I've ever seen. Quick pin early on. Only a 1 count. Up on one knee as the champion gets a bitch slap straight across the face. Good Lord, that clothesline chops him down quickly. As Harvey goes on the attack, but Briggs is waiting for him. Trip up. Now dragged by arm and leg, positions him perfectly for a lion salt. Briggs is really a total package. I'd say his greatest ability is his high-flying aptitude, his risk-taking, and his agility, but a hell of a wrestler and a hard hitter, too. If we see his signature knee strikes in this matchup, you'll know exactly why I say that. Up onto one knee, though. Another bitch slap, and Harvey's going to have just about enough of that now. Arm drag, the assassin with a nice Long Island slam. I'm sure Timofey wouldn't appreciate someone like Hastings hitting that, but Timofey's not around to object. Now up on the second turnbuckle, Harvey Hastings just as agile. Of course, his signature maneuver being the Blitzkrieg. A shooting star press from the top, and talk about knees right to the throat of Briggs from Brett's rope, but now a knee to the midsection, forearm smash to the side of the head. Boy, these two are going right at it. There was no warm-up. Million miles a minute. Nice drop kick falling backwards. And Andrew Briggs telling Hastings, "This is all you got, bitch boy? You're the world champion?" And it certainly does have to sting for someone like Andrew Briggs, a CMV veteran, and for those like Jacob Ziegler and Pierre Thompson to see someone like Chris Diamond and now Harvey Hastings come in and in a short amount of time make it to the top of the mountain. There's got to be a bit of salt there. There's no way there isn't, but a trio will position now. Andrew Briggs channeling all his frustrations towards Matt Devious out on Hastings here. And of course not being involved in the Deadly Games tournament. So this is the opportunity he has. Oh no. Oh, draped over the top rope. And you know the reason that these two are competing inside of a steel cage, pinfall attempt only a 1 count again, is to make sure that Matt Devious and Global Offensive, anybody else stay out, but the cage can very well also be used as a weapon as we've seen in the past. Arm wrench there by the world champion. Now brings Briggs up to his seat, man. It has been all Briggs in this matchup so far. Like I said, Briggs was closing in on defeating Harvey Hastings last week until Matt Devious interfered and essentially handed the win to Harvey. Lateral press down by Hastings. Wow. Cheeky by the world champion. Goes for a pin, but then breaks it up himself. Down to the top rope. Up high. Elbow drop. Reminiscent of Shawn Michaels. Right to the heart. And a 2 count. Briggs kicks out. Now Harvey Hastings, also a dangerous submission artist. Of course, probably the most dangerous submission in his arsenal being the Anaconda Vice, which he won the world title with that Homecoming 3. Tapping out Chris Diamond with it. That cross armbar looked pretty nasty. The damage might be done to Briggs, but Briggs still in it. Another face buster, and Andrew now with a snapmare puts Harvey down to a seated position, wanting to slow things down. Andrew Briggs brings Harvey right back up. Lifting reverse DDT. Lateral press, frequent pins by Briggs in this matchup. A great strategy if you ask me. Even though he knows he's not going to be enough to get the win, forcing Harvey Hastings to exert his energy will wear him down slowly over time. Andrew Briggs lines up his shot. Shining Wizard. And one thing you got to know about Andrew Briggs is he loves a good Shining Wizard, baby. Drags Harvey towards the center of the ring now. Parts the legs for a stiff stomp to the gut. Might have very well cracked one of Harvey's ribs. I think I heard the snap, and Andrew Briggs again taunting Harvey Hastings, saying, come on, man, you're the world champion? Now, Briggs has been largely dominating this matchup. Harvey, though, had just about enough of it. Jawbreaker, Hurricanrana, countered by Briggs into a vicious powerbomb. What a matchup this has been. And now Andrew Briggs going to go for that signature Nia was talking about earlier, but Harvey Hastings saw it coming. Oh, nice lariat in the corner. Harvey Hastings knows his surroundings so well. Great wherewithal on the world champion. Now a neck breaker slowly but surely takes control. Andrew Briggs made one slip up. Now he's paying for it. 1, 2. Not even a 2 count, I don't think. Very close, though. Harvey with his hands on his hips, questioning whether or not he should have accepted this matchup. But now to the top rope. Hastings through the air. Blitzkrieg. Briggs saw it coming. Briggs knew what was coming next. Able to slip out of the way. And now gonna make Harvey pay for it. Just gonna walk into him. Getting a good look at him. Sizing him up. Harvey just chilling on the ropes. Don't know exactly what the strategy was of that, but wasted a lot of time. And now Harvey Hastings with the upper hand again, does not last long. Briggs chucks him off of a jumping cutter attempt. And now Briggs uses the cage. It was Harvey earlier tonight who said he'd slam Briggs face first into the cage, but there he goes, tasting the steel. And now to the corner, dazed and confused, Andrew Briggs with the Shining Wizard. Pulled into the short arm clothesline, drops into the pin, middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3, and Andrew Briggs knocks off the world champion for a huge win. Briggs proving that if it weren't for Devious last week, he would have been victorious in that encounter. What a win for Andrew Briggs. This was the turning point. Oh no, that's the elbow drop. Well, I might not play a replay. Basically, Harvey Hastings went for his shooting star press, the Blitzkrieg. Andrew brings up the move out of the way, then smashing Harvey Hastings face first into the steel cage, followed it up with his signature Shining Wizard to bring home the victory. What a match. Look at this beautiful lariat in the corner by Harvey. And here is the Blitzkrieg attempt. That was the beginning of the end for Harvey Hastings. Briggs moves just out of the way and secures perhaps the biggest win of his career. Yeah, now 1-1. We're going to have to get that rubber match. These two know how to put on a show. But for tonight, Andrew Briggs going to be celebrating, I'm sure. But as always, guys, if you like what you saw and you do want to see more, make sure you do drop a follow so that you know when I go live, you get a cheeky notification. Exclamation point, join in the chat. We'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. We are on Xbox One. If you want to join, you are more than welcome. Plenty of room for exclamation point, Twitter, not to stop in. Not to stop in and say hello. Goodbye, toodles.